taking people out of the country, you wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals.
At the border, the Trump administration's effects are blatant and have sent shockwaves that impact all of our communities.
Group of 6 women of color, we are the Love Beyond Borders Solidarity Brigade.
Before the pandemic, we saw firsthand how local organizers were countering the administration's policies. We went to show support from all faiths and ethnicities.
I will be issuing a temporary suspension of immigration into the United States.
Nearly 100 people being deported back to Somalia by ICE. When the plane's toilets overflowed with human waste, the detainees were forced to urinate on themselves or into bottles.
During the pandemic, the Trump administration has worsened the existing issues.
The administration has basically used the pandemic as a way to excuse and to put in place kind of what they wanted to do all along.
That was his full intent, to prove a lesson to them, that if they come, there will be repercussions to their families.
Changes that have happened and the amount of rights that immigrants are losing, literally every single week there's a new policy change which is impacting people.
Zero tolerance policy just showed the inhumanity of the system and how far it can go.
I met with lawyers and activists from King County to hear their experiences with immigration policies.
Put people who are already identified as being at high risk in these detention centers. And then we've seen already people who've died.
Inside the detention center, GEO Group and ICE, they're not following safety protocols.
Even with all the new issues caused by the virus and these policies, many children are still separated from their parents.
Leo was sent to the Cayuga Centers in New York. He's one of 243 separated children there.
Forced families into essentially getting split up at the border.
All they can think about was, where is my child? Where is my child? I came seeking safety for him, and all of a sudden my child is ripped away from me.
Even if immigrant children are able to grow up in the U.S., there are added challenges being an undocumented immigrant.
I was suspended for the first time in school for speaking Spanish.
Found out I was undocumented. I still didn't know what that meant until I was applying for universities to go to. I can't qualify for any of these scholarships.
Access to unemployment insurance, the lack of access to federally funded benefits, healthcare access.
A lot of youth are then getting caught up with the criminal justice system. They don't understand what's going on, and then the criminal repercussions of that and on their case is really impactful too.
So I had opened the UW admissions portal, and I was going through it, was writing every answer, and then it asked me for my social security number.
I also wanted to shed light on the local impacts of these policies. What is it like for people currently in the system?
Restarting the Seattle Immigration Court here, ICE enforcement is trying to target people at courthouses.
At a time where, families need to be staying together the most, they're still using all of their tactics to police and separate families.
We talk a good game, but are we actually doing the things that we need to be doing?
Keep holding these elected officials accountable.
Petitions or calling, or if it's safe to do so, to be in person.
Through elected officials who represent us and look like us, right? And also hold those values.
Federal policies don't dictate everything. We have so much control if we utilize our local government and vote for people who represent our values. Yes, the situation is difficult right now, but as civic engagement grows, we can fight to protect our loved ones and the vulnerable communities we care about. Your civic participation matters. Your voice and your opinions matter. Please make your voice heard. This year, vote like your life depends on it.